In April 2007, the government of Madagascar implemented English as an official language. However, English language skills are still poor, particularly in the rural areas, and therefore the assistance you will provide to both the students and the teachers is invaluable. You will be running English lessons at both a primary school and a secondary school. In Madagascar, education is compulsory from age 6 to 14. At the primary schools, the children should be aged between 6 and 11. However, some children have to repeat years, so children could be as old as 14. The class sizes at the primary schools are usually a minimum of 25 students and a maximum of 60 students. Secondary school lasts for 7 years and is divided into 2 parts, a junior secondary level of 4 years from ages 12 to 15 and a senior secondary level of 3 years from ages 16 to 18. However, as with the primary schools, children in your classes may be older if they have repeated years. At the end of the junior level, graduates receive a certificate, and at the end of the senior level, graduates receive the baccalaureate, the equivalent of a high school diploma. The class sizes at the secondary school are usually a minimum of 50 students and a maximum of 120 students. Edge of Africa will provide you with a curriculum to follow, which was sourced from the Minnesota Literacy Council. However, you are more than welcome to include your own ideas in the lessons and adapt the curriculum wherever you think it appropriate. The number of classes you will teach in a day will vary depending on the schedule of the schools. However, you will typically teach 3 classes in the morning and 2 classes in the afternoon, and classes will usually be 1 hour long. Do model for students what they are expected to do or produce, especially for new skills or activities. Modeling promotes learning and motivation, as well as increasing student self-confidence. They will have a stronger belief that they can accomplish the learning task if they follow the steps that were demonstrated. Don't just tell students what to do and expect them to do it. Do speak slowly and clearly, and provide students with enough time to formulate their responses, whether in speaking or in writing. Remember, they are thinking and producing in 2 or more languages. After asking a question, wait a few seconds before calling on someone to respond. This wait time provides all students with an opportunity to think and process, and especially gives learners a needed period to formulate a response. Don't speak too fast, and if a student tells you they didn't understand what you said, never ever repeat the same thing in a louder voice. Do use visuals, sketches, gestures, intonation, and other non-verbal cues to make both language and content more accessible to students. Don't stand in front of the class and lecture or rely on a textbook as your only visual aid. Do give verbal and written instructions. This practice can help all learners. In addition, it is far easier for a teacher to point to the board in response to the inevitable repeated question, "What are we supposed to do?" Don't act surprised if students are lost when you haven't clearly written and explained step-by-step directions. Do regularly check that students understand the lesson. After an explanation or lesson, a teacher could say, "Please put thumbs up, thumbs down, or sideways to let me know if this is clear. And it's perfectly fine if you don't understand or are unsure. I just need to know." This last phrase is essential if you want students to respond honestly. When teachers regularly check for understanding in the classroom, students become increasingly aware of monitoring their own understanding, which serves as a model of good study skills. It also helps ensure that students are learning, thinking, understanding, comprehending, and processing at high levels.